Today is 12/24/2010, and I'm interviewing my grandma, Beth. So, what kind of things did you like play with when you were a kid?
Like toys?
Yeah, like games.
Well, the games were games not like you'd buy in a store. They were more like, there was a game that I'm sure your mom wouldn't let you do today, but back when I was young, so we had so little to play with that we made up games like with a knife, drawing a circle in the dirt, and then you'd throw a knife in the circle, and that meant, I really don't remember too much about the rules, but it was supposed to be a fun game. And I played with paper dolls. Most of the ones I cut out of the Sears catalog, and I'd cut dresses out to fit the doll that I liked. And I did have a bicycle when I got older, and I had twin uncles, and they would take my bicycle and open the gate that goes into the back pasture, and they'd ride my bike down in the back pasture. It was me hollering, chasing them to get my bike back.
Did you have some of the things that we have today? Like, was there anything that was even remotely like anything we have today?
Well, when I lived at my grandma and grandpa's house, they didn't have a telephone.
Oh.
No TV. You listened to the radio. And we would listen to things like The Thin Man, gosh, that's been a long time, Mr. and Mrs. North, Stella Dallas. Only the older people would remember those. We had no computer, no iPods, and of course they had telephones, but there were no televisions at all. I was 12 when we got our first TV, and not very many people had one. I mean, that was really, really something. And I lived in Houston, and we had 2 channels. That was it.
So, on the radio thing, like, what would have been your favorite one at the time? And, like, what was it about?
I liked Mr. and Mrs. North, and that was a man and a woman, and the husband and wife, and they were detectives. So it was kind of like a murder mystery. So that was fun.
So would you just like sit by the radio and they would talk?
That's all.
So like
everybody was sitting right by the radio, gathered around it.
Cool.
We had a few toys, but we didn't have any kind of toys like the kids have today. Because when I was born was right before World War II started, and people to have, like, if you wanted to cook a pie or cake and you wanted to use sugar, sometimes you couldn't get sugar. They had no sugar. Or if you got sugar to make your pie or cake, you had to have stamps that the government gave you, and they would only allow you so many that you could actually have sugar. And I remember my grandma would make cakes out of sorghum syrup. So it was a real treat, to go in there and see if she would let me have her cook.
How did like World War II affect your family?
Well, my daddy was in World War II. I had 3 uncles that were in the war. It was just starting in 1939. That was the year I was born. And then by the time it was over, I was probably like Maya's age. So I really don't remember too much.
What do you think would be the there's drastic changes from when you were a kid to now.
Well, I just have to say technology because, I mean, I love computers. I love anything to do with stuff like that. I really do like it, and we had nothing like that. I mean, a radio, I'm not very good with that. So the technology has done so much. Our life is easier. We have dishwashers. We didn't have dishwashers. We had electric mixers, like if you're cooking, and you didn't have to sit there and do it by hand. There's everything is better. Everything. Refrigerators are better. Stoves better. The world has really improved.
I'm sorry, but I'm laughing because the dogs are sleeping right there, and they just look hilarious. So,
Is that the end of your interview?
yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay.
Now we're off camera, huh?